ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in history when silence falls, not because words are missing, but because truth has finally spoken, and today that truth echoes through the walls of the United Nations. This was not a meeting of politicians. It was a collision of visions, a confrontation between comfort and courage, between what the world accepts and what leaders believe. True leadership does not bloom in comfort or convenience. It is forged in the fires of conviction and challenge. The world often celebrates popularity, but real leaders are not shaped by applause. They are molded by adversity. They stand firm when others waver, guided not by approval but by principle. In moments of uncertainty, when silence seems safer, leaders with conviction choose to speak. Their power comes not from titles or recognition, but from an unshakable belief in their mission. They understand that progress demands sacrifice, and courage often invites criticism. Yet they remain unwavering because their purpose outweighs their fear. True leadership is not a performance. It is persistence in the face of resistance. It is the ability to rise above comfort and stand tall for truth, even when standing alone is the hardest thing to do. Debate is not a sign of weakness or division. It is the engine of truth and progress. When strong voices clash, ideas are tested, refined, and strengthened. The world evolves when courage challenges comfort, and when opposing visions dare to confront each other with purpose. Silence may seem peaceful, but it often hides stagnation. Real progress demands friction, the kind that ignites new thinking and forces people to see beyond their beliefs. Debate is not about defeating an opponent, but about awakening, understanding, and revealing hidden truths. It is the arena where principles are proven and integrity is exposed. Without debate, leadership becomes echo. Without challenge, conviction turns to complacency. Through open confrontation of ideas, societies grow, leaders mature, and truth rises above manipulation. The fire of debate is what shapes clarity, courage, and the evolution of genuine leadership. Courage is the voice that speaks when fear demands silence. In times when truth is hidden behind comfort and conformity, only the brave dare to stand and be heard. The world often punishes honesty, yet it is honesty that defines true leadership. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. It is the strength to defend what is right, even when it isolates you. When society prefers quiet obedience, those who speak truth become the light that guides others through uncertainty. Every era needs voices that challenge lies and expose injustice, even when doing so invites criticism or danger. Courage turns ordinary individuals into symbols of integrity and hope. It breaks the chains of hesitation and empowers others to rise. Through courage, truth gains power and silence loses control over the destiny of humanity. Power without principle is empty noise, a display of authority without purpose or direction. True leadership is not measured by how loudly someone speaks or how much influence they hold, but by the integrity that guides their actions. When power is used for self-interest, it loses its moral weight and becomes a tool of manipulation. Principle gives power meaning, shaping it into a force that uplifts rather than dominates. A leader without ethics may rise quickly, but their legacy crumbles when truth catches up. The strongest form of leadership comes from a commitment to justice, honesty, and responsibility. It is the quiet discipline to do what is right even when it is unpopular or costly. Power gains respect only when it serves humanity with fairness and humility. Without principle, authority becomes hollow, and influence turns into arrogance that fades with time. History does not celebrate those who choose comfort over conviction. It remembers those who stood firm when the world demanded their silence. The brave are not defined by how easily they succeed, but by how steadfastly they endure. Critics may mock, and crowds may doubt, yet courage carves its mark far deeper than comfort ever could. True leaders understand that greatness requires sacrifice, that standing for truth often means standing alone. While comfort offers temporary peace, bravery builds eternal legacy. The world forgets those who play it safe, but immortalizes those who dare to defy the tide. Every generation is shaped by a few who refuse to bend, who face the storm instead of hiding from it. History writes their names not because they were perfect, but because they were unafraid to rise when fear ruled the hearts of others. Real change begins not with crowds or committees, but with a single voice brave enough to say enough. Every great movement in history has started with one person who refused to accept silence or injustice as normal. True transformation is born when conviction outweighs fear, and one individual dares to speak even when no one stands beside them. That single voice becomes a spark that lights the fire of courage in others, awakening hearts that had grown used to indifference. Change does not wait for permission. It demands action, truth, and persistence. One leader's courage can break the walls of doubt and inspire generations to rise. The world shifts when one voice becomes a movement, when truth replaces hesitation, and when vision overcomes fear. Every revolution, every awakening, every step toward justice begins with one person's decision to stand when everyone else remains seated.